My peeps, my peeps. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Um, I don't have a good jumping off point this morning. It's just like, here we go. Um, I'm still sipping on coffee. I get up so early and then I go back to bed for a little while because it's still dark out and I good amounts of coffee are consumed. There's a poem. I can't remember it, but there's a line in it about I take my waking slow. I go by going where I need to go. I just shuffled the little guy into the deck. It's that 10 of Pentacles from yesterday. We'll just see what happens if it pops. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna get it out. 10 of Pentacles. I'll just stick that back in the middle of the little deck. We'll see. I'm hearing Paradise Lost. Paradise Found. That's actually John Milton, many moons ago, wrote an epic poem called Paradise Lost. And, which is the one college students tend to read. But there's a sort of second one in that I think it's actually a triad that's Paradise Found. Maybe that's the jumping off point. Here we go. King of Cups. He wanted to pop out before. I kept seeing him in the pre-shuffle. King of Cups is feels a lot, is open-hearted, but also slightly guards their heart because they feel so much is on the line. A little bit hesitant to be vulnerable. This could be you. He, she, they. So actively open, okay. Temperance. See the cups? This is a fire sign card of Sagittarius. But she has one foot in the water, in feelings energy. And there are these two cups being blended in a kind of alchemical mix. It's healing. It's time for healing. And yet the blending is an ongoing, it's a process toward balance, toward allowing the universe to balance you out. Wow. Death card, Scorpio. Temperance is Sagittarius. This is the big transformation. It's an ending that feels like I'm hearing mortal wound, but it's right next to the card of healing. Of the life-giving energy of fire. It may be that somebody who was open-hearted needs healing, which implies that there was an injury that set this person off kilter. In the feelings element, in sort of like trust that this will be restored. Whatever was taken away, Paradise Lost. will be restored, paradise found. Scorpio time, perhaps. I'm shuffling right side up, which I never do, but there you go. 10 of Cups. Came out yesterday as well. You know, and King of Cups, he, she, they may be, you know, this is a big deal. It's like their happiness is on the line. And I think one of the reasons this person is balking a little bit, could be a fire sign, could be a Scorpio, is because change is coming that might be destabilizing initially, but it's like, wait. The blend is being affected, you know, it's in process. This can be an end of a cycle, 10 speak to, or, you know, a fulfillment of a cycle in this case. Something that's good for everybody involved. And I have no hanky and my nose is running. We'll see how that works out. But this is also the end of a cycle. Paradise lost, paradise regained, Temperance card, in divine timing. You know, there's a big process to go through of the transformation from lost to found. I once was lost, but now I'm found. In feelings energy, Scorpio, it's a water sign. Oh dear. 5 of Swords. Miscommunication, argument, you know, an empty victory. Somebody won the argument, but really only because the other guy or guys gave up. They're walking away. Look at the smirk on this guy's face. It's an empty victory. Somebody left the playing field, you know. Again, paradise. Paradise lost. Just keeps coming back in these waves. In these waves. Tell us about Death card, Scorpio. Wow. Queen of Cups. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. We have a match on the board emotionally. This balance, this match in divine timing. It's like the circumstances for these two to come together in this divine blend are just now, it's just now cooked. Something had to end for this new fire, this new life, this new creative. A lot of water in this. You know, you might be a water sign, they might be a water sign. They could be a Scorpio, you could be a Scorpio or a Sag. But again, the business of nailing it down to a particular zodiac sign, I think we ought to hold that very lightly. Because we have tons of placements in our charts. You know, we just do. And to focus on sun sign exclusively is to miss a lot of important information. This is misinformation. It's like fake news. It's manipulative. Tell us about that. Okay, we did get this on the bottom. Yeah, this is High Priestess, second card in the Major Arcana, the feminine receptive energy of the moon. You know, look at the satellite dishes on her hat. She receives messages from beyond the pale. She, he, they. It is a feminine energy of listening. That goes on Queen of Cups. It's a card of Cancer, Pisces. Some people say Libra. I also think snick of Virgo. But it's on Queen of Cups. So they're really bearing down on the water energy. This is all about feelings with this one card of emotion, mental sabotage. You know, purposeful mental sabotage through miscommunication. And I think Queen of Cups knows, you know, she's not really befuddled by this. She can see what's going on, what energies are at work on the level of the psyche. Major Arcana card of High Priestess. I want to know about this Five of Swords because I think that's pivotal. It was a pivotal moment. You know, something went off the rails that had so much potential and that was in the process of undergoing change. Wow. 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 Okay, shoot. Okay, the two cards that were appeared on the face of it upright were Devil card, number 15, and Hermit, number 9. Beatles song, number 9, number 9, number 9. This is sort of coming to an understanding of devil energy, what holds or has held you back. And I think it's you because Hermit is the card of 9. Would 9 speak to the individual? This is a solitary journey, shining the light into your own tendency to put yourself into a toxic attachment. Paradise Lost. But this is the light coming in to the dark place in the unconscious, what shadow, you know, what you've not been ready to look at. I think you're ready to look at now. The light in the darkness. Paradise lost, paradise found. Located by this, the sage searching for enlightenment, for truth. Isolating out of this, going, you know, separating from this, you know, whatever it was you thought you couldn't live without. You're taking a real look at what in you had that belief. And now you're focusing on inner light, shining it on shadow. You know, shadow, devil energy isn't something to be ignored. It grows in the dark. grows in the dark. And it's sort of like the hurt from this Five of Swords, regrettable conversation, argument. I don't think either of you, well, I don't think the person you were dealing with believed what they were saying, but they said it anyway, to kind of drive you away. Maybe from this idea that they were going to hurt you again. It might also just be that they were defensive because you were hurting them. Not sure. Okay, let's look a little farther into it. Under Devil, there's a sort of a stack here. Devil, Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, Eight of Swords. Somebody is coming in fast. Sword energy, quick, to say something, for quick communication that has to do with this position that they were in or the position they put you in. I think they knew that this argument, that the unkind words were going to hang you up, were going to, it's certainly not delivering clarity, sword energy. It's keeping you stuck and bound and blindfolded, like they kept you in the dark and drove you away. And they were actually, I think, trying to drive you away from more pain. Drive you away from, codependent. Maybe you were depending on them so much. There's a ton of love in this situation. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, and so much water energy, so many feelings transforming over time. And there's the apology. Coming in quickly to apologize for the sabotage, for driving you away and kind of messing with your mind. And they did this because they were messed up. They didn't know how to fix it. They didn't know how to talk about it. And I think they felt like talking about it would be more hurtful. You may have been pressing them to talk. Kind of, I'm trapped. I don't know what's going on. Please talk to me. It hurts that you're not communicating. But for whatever reason, they doubled down. I need to drive you away. I needed to drive you away from something that was really going to hurt you more. Three of Swords. It was a toxic attachment. They may have been in a toxic attachment. Whatever it is, they want to talk about it now, and more than anything, they want to say sorry. It's kind of like, sorry, I did this. And the result was not good. It kept you stuck thinking about them, trying to figure it out. What happened? They wouldn't talk about it. it's like paradise lost through lack of communication. There's the communication coming in and coming in fast. That's on Ten of Cups. So it has something to do with paradise found. Maybe somebody emphatically saying, we could still be happy. We could still be happy. You know, I'm sorry for this Five of Swords. You know, a selfish, I think it's selfish behavior. The devil is a consuming energy, you know. It's hungry. It's obsessive. That's transformed Scorpio energy. That heavy, hang on to it, I can't live without it feeling is because that was sinking it. And somebody was fighting against that. You know, almost like, I don't want to be attached. I don't want to be obsessed. I will drive you away. Indicates a need for change. So maybe in a way, this person, by freezing you out, sword energies are cold. By freezing you out, was trying to, in fact, protect you. But the toxicity is over now. Devil, death. We have major arcana cards of 13, 14, 15. Death, temperance, devil. You know? A healing transformation out of the toxicity. There's a transformation of this, you know, heavy attachment energy is healed and replaced by, in divine timing, by something. And temperance is also, you know, to temper, to make it less extreme. Devil is a card of extremes. This is a like the balm, the medicine, the love medicine that the universe has cooked up for this transformation. I think really, you know, the big energies, the major arcana energies have stepped in to heal this. Okay, and under Hermit, we had Queen of Swords, which makes sense. Hermit goes for the inner wisdom, you know, the inner truth. Queen of Swords, that's how she operates. That's how she rolls. She's a clear thinker, and she will cut away this kind of stuff. Would she leave the field? Would she say, I'm not doing this? I'm not arguing with you? I remember saying that to somebody once. They, you know, it was a friend of mine, but they were really agitated and they got off on this. It was insane. It was something about, and it wasn't our particular engagement, but this person went off about toilet seats. You know, women like the seat down because otherwise you sit down, you don't look, and you end up with your butt in the can. And this person started saying, well, women should leave the seat up for us to, you know, like that's the problem. And I just said, you know, I'm not arguing about this. This is bullshit. Mercury's in retrograde. Uh, no, I'm not entering into this fight. And the person said, okay, they just dropped it completely. They knew that this game playing wasn't going to work anymore, that something needed to change, that they were sabotaging something. They were picking a fight. They were picking a fight, and they're sorry because what's at stake? Your happiness, their happiness. Happiness itself. And I think they may have had to go into they may have had to withdraw, and you might have too. Like, you walked away from the argument, you withdrew, you went into your inner core self to discover what's true, what's real, what's the lesson. And then it's almost like you've been schooled by your inner self, by your grounded true self. You know, you were right to walk away because it was bullshit. And it was very hard because it entailed, again, like this Paradise Lost thing. As if the relationship was somehow feeding on the resistance. But there's great clarity now. This is on Five of Swords, Queen of Swords. You know, Queen of Swords, more than anything, knows, she knows what's true. She knows what isn't true, and is discerning in that way, and will not engage. She will cut it off. The phony communication, the half-truths. And I think this person was arguing with you and pushing you away because something, they hadn't completed the transformation. They hadn't fully closed out that cycle. They're coming in to talk about a new potential of fulfillment emotionally. A card of divine timing, a card of the time that's passed to get this enlightenment. Couldn't have happened before now. Not until the toxicity was healed. And I think it's both of you. You know, you don't get into devil energy really all by yourself. It's in relation to something else that you're hanging on to too tightly. Devil energy can work with that attachment to free oneself, to transform the energy. Sorry. Rue's up to her usual oh my God. She's lying on the keyboard, which is just going nuts. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. Rubala. So there had to be a separation. There had to be a separation. You know, I think both of you needed to let go. Close out some cycle of dependency. And it may have been like an actual habit. an addiction to each other, an addiction to the toxicity. So in a funny way, this person who drove you away, thinking they were protecting you by keeping you in the dark, maybe now understand sword energy, how hurtful that was. You know, and they want to say they're sorry, and it seems like it's little, but it's King of Cups saying it. You know, will you accept this apology for the toxicity of the past that's now transformed? You know, free at last, free at last. Okay. Hard work of Capricorn. Earth energy, Capricorn, 3D work. Doing the work, putting in the effort, putting in the time to create something. Devil is not a creative energy. Devil is a stuck energy. Devil eats up energy. It's like a succubus. So that's been transformed or is being transformed. It might be released in a Scorpio time. Or Sagittarius or Capricorn. You know, these months, these winter months are going to be important. You know, and it may be a good time to pull your energies back into yourself. Well, something gets worked out. Worked out. Pentacles energy of work, of having done the work. I think they've done the work. You know, they've figured out how to open their heart again. If they drove you away, if they were closed off, if they were combative and argumentative, if they hurt you, if they kept you in the dark, it was kind of a mutual thing. And I don't think it was because you kept them in the dark. I think they were keeping themselves and you you know, and I'm just hesitating because, you know, it's always like it's always involves two. Takes two to tango. Takes two to tangle. And you may have been the one to kind of call bullshit on this. You know, they were trying to push you away and you said, basically, you know, up yours. You don't have to push me. I'm going. And somehow you didn't stop loving them, but really to hold them in your heart and express love for them, you had to separate and let them work it out. They had work to do. And so did you in this period of isolation. And you did the work, the healing work, Temperance, to transform devil energy. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It took a lot of time, though, and time apart. You know, this is one person in their workshop getting it, I'm hearing too, getting things out of the way, things that were in the way. Earth energy, devil energy. But we have, you know, these are both earth energies, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a heavy earth energy. This is being stuck. This is being fixed. This is being held back. No longer held back, because Hermit walks the path. Enlightened. And you may have in some way, just because you walked away, you called bullshit and walked away, you may have actually showed them how to do the same thing, how to go inside, how to do their inner work. This is the inner landscape, their shadow work, which isn't something you can really do by wrestling with the other person, by embroiling yourself in this. You had to get out in order to get back in Paradise Found. I think that may be it. Is that it? That's it. We have on the board Capricorn, Scorpio, Sag. I'm really hesitating to say them because I don't think it's signs this time. Cancer, Pisces, Libra, a little bit of Virgo, and here's Virgo. It's, whatever went on, highly spiritual. High Priestess doesn't shout it from the rooftop. She listens. She attends to her inner wisdom. He, she, they. Somebody in their divine feminine energy of receptivity. And I'm noticing too, the cup is capped here. It's like, I'll give my heart when you, there's a little bit of the Queen of Swords is like a harsh energy. Only because she doesn't tolerate, she's not going to play the game. So it's sort of like transform but she herself needed to transform as well in this time of separation, which was painful. It was painful, but it like the mental anguish forced the issue. You got to do the work. Okay, Tower. I was just looking at what's next. We have the 13, 14, 15. Transformation, healing of the devil energy. And 16 is Tower, I believe. Yes. So, there was a major collapse. There was a real, in order for paradise to be found, the cycle had to really close out this toxic codependence. And you pulled away. And that somehow enabled this release and the new understanding based on something you both had to discover for yourself. A lot of cards of quiet. Hermit doesn't blab. Hermit's in isolation. High Priestess doesn't blab. But somebody wants a confab, a conblab. A friend of mine and I used to talk about it's time for a blab. And then it became it's time for a mini blab. We just need to touch base. or a maxi blab. You know, there's a lot going on. Block out a chunk of time. A chunk of time. Pentacles speak to time. Time to get grounded because we've done the work. Now we can talk. After this period of just miscommunication and aggravation and frustration and sabotage. You know, basically, we can get back to the garden. It won't be the same. Principally because we've shucked off the shackles. The shackles. We've regained the light. Remember, this is Lucifer. You know, devil's been vilified. Devil was the goat god, Pan, the pre-Christian God is everywhere energy. God is everywhere. You know, the God as defined, who's you know, who you've discovered is just the power to love. That's it. At its most fundamental is the power of connection. That's the message we're getting that will heal us. You know, there was enormous disconnect that's been transformed. And now at least there's the potential to hear somebody out. I think you're going to hear them out. That they've worked on 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, wanting to keep you in confusion, wanting to somehow sustain this separation. Maybe because it just wasn't the right time. It really mattered to both of you. But you had to free yourselves first. I think from each other. I'm hearing breathing room. This other person may have wanted breathing room. They may have felt trapped and hurt that they couldn't, not felt, thought it. You know, I can't get there from here. I'm stuck. Perhaps in a third-party situation, 3 of Swords. Perhaps in just something that was toxic. But I think you got entangled with it until you said, oh, that's what this is about? You're bringing me an argument? That I really know nothing about. I mean, I'm in the dark about. What is this? But I think you did know sword energy. And I think you knew as well, upon reflection, Hermit energy, that you were in this too. You were shackled too. And it may have been like, you know, this is a card of discernment can detect a bull and cut it out. And I think Queen of Swords holds themselves to this standard as well. You know, once it's discovered and understood that you were engaging in some kind of, you're in crap fest. You understood it was you as well. And you pulled back. You really did. And maybe capped the cup. Like, I'm losing too much. I'm losing too many feelings to something that it's not getting me anywhere. In fact, it's keeping me stuck in pain. I think you've both done the work. And weirdly enough, we're supposed to cut. Okay. Baby cakes. Baby cakes. This is like leaving that behind and embarking on a whole new life. World card. The portal full of promise. Major Arcana card of the whole new cycle. All the fixed signs. Okay. First card in the Major Arcana, last card in the Major Arcana. Going the distance. I think once you get beyond this, the mind games, the miscommunication, the pointless self-sabotaging argument, and once you've called the code, I see my own bad behavior. I see my own self-sabotage because I hung on to something. You were codependent. You were both tethered. Now it's like it can begin and it can go the distance. There's all the maturation. You know, the psyche has grown from the baby of the tarot to the mature, like ready for the next level. You've done the work, each of you on your own. Fool's energy, Aries energy, the card of the individual. But I think by working each of you on your own tendency to sabotage, to play games, you know, there's a fresh start for both of you on the level of the psyche that enables you basically to pass through the portal to be together. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. You cut out the bullshit, basically. So we have fire energy Aries, fire energy Sag, water energy Scorpio. You know, Sag energy is to do with creativity and purpose and passion. Being tempered, being adjusted, out of the extreme into the balance, the healing balance. Capricorn, Scorpio, Sag. Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, a little bit of Hermit, a little bit of Virgo. Aries, all the fixed signs. And it's interesting because it's the fixed signs, but it opens the portal. Maybe something that didn't want to move forward before is now in that wand's energy, taking the leap of faith. And it will have to be a leap of faith because there's water, there's water under the bridge. Okay, there's Tower. It just poked out. It reared its head. I see this as a card of Scorpio. You know, I've heard it interpreted in a myriad of ways. but it's the taking down of the old way. What was stuck is now liberated. A complete transformation that was, that was unsettling, but it had to be strong. It had to. To blow up the impediments. And basically the universe stepped in and said, the stage is set for the transformation. And if you don't do it for yourself, you guys, we will. We, the universal energies, will save you by blowing this thing up. And I think that happened. I think it blew up. And now there's a chance to rebuild it on a firmer footing. A tower implies that the foundation would not stand, and it wouldn't have. Transformation, Scorpio energy. Transformation, Scorpio energy. It's almost like you have to lose, if there's paradise, because we're mortal beings, we do get attachments, we do get corrupted, we do get hurt and wounded over time. Over time. Takes time to form the toxic attachment. But it's almost like, and it took one epiphany to blow it up. One discovery. One of you to say, nah, I'm not talking about the toilet seat or, this stupid argument. Time to start fresh, because this thing can go the distance. So whatever this person has to say, it's important, it's new, it's clear, it's emphatic. We can start over. We can go the distance. We can get to this place. And you kind of know it's coming. You can feel it in your cup's energy. You can feel almost like the disturbance in the force. Like you can feel, and they may have gone through something catastrophic that burst them out, that transformed. It was a change in their life, but it somehow freed you both. I'm not clear on the dynamics, but it was mutual. And the liberation was mutual. It really is starting fresh, Fool energy. So we have a lot of fire, Aries, Sag. We have a lot of earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo. A lot of water energy, High Priestess, Death card, Scorpio. Whatever this argument was, it was a good thing. Because, you needed to be able to clear the air. Air cleared. The next level. That's it. Boom. And hit the notification bell. That's how to subscribe. All that does is grow the channel, and so that it's shared with more people. The logarithm likes that. That's how you tell. Anyways, do me a favor, hit the notification bell. It's free. It'll allow you the opportunity to know when I've uploaded. of a new video. You don't have to know that there are a series of bells that you can regulate it. I don't ever want to be told. I want to be told every time. I want to be told some of the time. You can figure out what level. You can change it. You can unsubscribe, but it does help the channel. And we're right on the edge of pushing it into the 700s. A 7 is a divine number. It's a card of change. It's a number of change. Push us over the top, will you please? We need like 2 people to go boop and hit the notification bell. I don't mean to wheedle and beg, but if we want to move forward. Kick out the jams, Kick out the impediments. Let's go. Let's go. Let us go. Let my people go. Oh, good grief. Under Fool and World, 4 of Wands. Is this worth it? You tell me. Can be considered, well, let's just say it's a very important relationship, finally coming together joyfully, where you're supposed to be. Supposed to isn't right. You've been drawn in that Wands energy toward the healing place. You've embarked on the journey already, both of you, toward the healing place. It's now divine timing. Couldn't have happened before, which was a great source of frustration, I'd say, to both of you. Put you up in your heads just in in this kind of energy. Not anymore. Not anymore. Something happened in Virgo time. It will culminate in, I think, Capricorn season. But the transformation is underway. It's like ride the wave, ride the emotional wave. It'll liberate you. See you next time.